Hi, David Erdos with a new poem from David's COVID/2020 vision. 84. The figure before 85 has always been a bad number, as it refers to a year we saw coming, but never knew how to expect. It was George Orwell's book and the Nigel Neal adaptation that first brought that fascist hook to the people that would soon catch them all in fate's net. Today the sun glares with a kind of defiance. Its stare is unyielding as it puts all kinds of skin to the test. It is, to me at least, sun as scare, an intensity grown relentless, and with a strength that, like darkness, blinds us to everything else we'd forget. We have been George's cast for some time, even though his true name was Eric, a suitably tame name for a prophet for telling of the apocalypse we will kiss. How did he know what would be, in aspect if not in appearance, with sly hands set to guide us and ignorance as our bliss? Because he knew we were weak, and that sadly socialism's mistrusted by those whose own efforts reach no further afield than their nose. The pathetic people who let and then elect the uncaring, and who, grubbed and greedy, will smother and snuff England's rose. Eric even got the children right. Try riding the former buses or trains with the teenagers. Listen to the rising screams from their cell phones as the sounds we revered are drowned out. The new rock and roll rides on the edge of a knife. It's not music. With this as their aspiration, the actual value of life attains doubt. But Eric Blair wrote of hope, not of its success as such, but its growing. If there is a flower to be pressed into the novel he earthed, there's its worth. The chance to bolster each day, particularly when heat like this seeks to starve it, so that each stem has to strain between pavements and in gardens that crack to burst forth. For this is when it is plucked and used in time to show others, revealing that the actual preservation of standards is what will frame Room 102's open door. It will look like a proper English cottage, perhaps, with gardenias spreading proudly, honeysuckle, honeysuckling, as the intrusive japonica calls for more. I look at the gardens on my street and sit watching the bees' frenzied orgies. They plumb the plants and rose bushes in a kind of winged ecstasy. And yet, as they feed, we recede, weakened by the stumbling chance now of freedom, which is being reconstituted, but made to seem the same, carefully. My fear is that right now, somewhere near, there will be a teenage O'Brien, seeing too lightly the vapid game this all is, and seeking the chance to ride and roar and shine brightly across a darkened day, heal and lighten by treating politics as showbiz. Double plus bad is on the way. COVID's shown it. The mystery of our present and the uncertain delays signal it. Even crime-think exists, as past and former shames now seem funny, and we construct entertainment from murder and wrench all number of sins from hell's pit. So this is my joke, and once again its author is Cummings. Stay alert. In this context, it is wisdom indeed in 2 words, but not for the reason they want, which is some sort of photocopied assurance, but rather for the purpose of attention as you try to rationalize what you've heard. At least the news in all this has tried to translate all that's happened. The evils exposed while the stupid and the possibly mad twit and tweet. And so now we must all Winston Smith and just make sure we keep at it. Embrace the rat, bat and spider and make what you feared before somehow sweet. Do not believe or accept whatever they say is required. Airstrip 1 may be grounded, but the darkened towers they seek might complete. David Erdos, May the 31st, 2020.